So let's go back in time, all the way back to 2019. Valtteri Bottas crushes Lewis Hamilton in qualifying at the Spanish Grand Prix. It was Bottas's, I think, joint best pole lap with the Australian Grand Prix weekend that season. 2019 Bottas was the best version we ever saw of him, and it was Mr. Porridge Bottas back in 2019. He was so fast in the beginning part of the season. Australia, Baku, which of course had an unfortunate ending in the race, which left us with this image, which was of course iconic at the time. And then we arrive to Spain, what I think could be his greatest ever pole lap. Bottas rocks up in Q3 and puts 6/10 on Lewis Hamilton's head, his own teammate, arguably what I think is the greatest qualifier of all time. So today we're going to try and see if we can match that time. We're going back to the old layout at Spain, so the old turn 10 and also the chicane. Time to beat a 1:15.406. At the minute I can't keep this car facing in the right direction, but anyway, let's get to it and let's try and get our first lap on the board and kind of see what we're looking at pace wise and if we have to make big adjustments. So turn 1, 4th gear. Feels like there's not a ton of grip right now, so we're gonna have to probably trim the fuel load and also get some aero on this thing because I think we're pretty low. Also soft tyres will be necessary. Either way, this version of Bottas was, I think, the ultimate version. After this, it kind of went a bit downhill. Even admitted himself, it was a bit tough after this season, so a lot of things didn't go his way, and just mentally it was tough going up against Lewis. But 2019 early season Bottas was amazing, really impressive, and showed that he is a quality driver. So far, just trying to see if I can get through the lap. Tyres are nicely warmed up. It's going to take a minute to readjust to the old braking zone there at turn 10. Back end is refusing to cooperate. There is no grip in the low speed stuff, so just having to be patient here to pick up the back end and pick up the throttle. So this ain't going to be the best banker lap, but it will give us an idea of how much time we need to find. Here we go then, up to the line. First lap is going to be a 22.9. Wow, I can't even do the math, that's so far away. That's like, what, 7.5 seconds? So yeah, we're going to have to get some work done. So now we're going to get a true test of what we're looking at with this car. I've of course now put the soft tyres on, C3s matching up to real life compound. Also a big reduction on fuel, lots of wing, and also a bit of a ride height adjustment, and also brake bias. So this should give us a bit more of an idea of what we're looking at. So let's get the engine mode sorted out. This time we're going to get a better exit. Still not great, but let's go for it. I may even match around with some tyre pressures on the next lap and see if I can find a better sweet spot. Anyway, turn 1. Get the nose in. Pick the power up as early as possible. Turn 3 now is easy flat, as it should be. So now we're talking. Front right losing some temp. Turn 4, get that nose in early and then try to sort out the exit afterwards. Onto the grass there as we get a bit of gravel on the tyres, so easy through turn 5. Avoid locking the left front. We can use way more exit curb now for the chicane. 7 and 8. Left right, a little bit wide there, bottoming out on the curb. Turn 9. Just about flat, slight confidence lift. Now down to turn 10. Got to brake earlier, got to get used to that. My muscle memory is kicking in. Much better exit. Tried to stay tight through 12. Use all that exit curb, but now into 13, 14, 15. Car is a lot more responsive and agile. Still struggling a bit though for grip in general through the low speed, but way better now with these adjustments. Up to the line then. Wow, it's only 2.5 quicker. 120.5. Oof. Big oof. Let's try again. Right, now this is pretty much it, to be honest. I may have some small tweaks to make, but this is going to be a proper good look at what we can do pace-wise. So let's get the engine modes on, and we'll see where it takes us. I've made a few more wing adjustments and also ride height adjustments. Taking a bit more fuel out. We're now on the lowest possible fuel. So now it's going to try and iron out those mistakes and small errors and basically see what a lap can give us. I've also reduced the tyre pressures quite a bit to try and give us a bit more temperature and kind of pushing towards the overheating side of things. Turn 1, easy does it on the flick, change of direction. That's about the same as the last run, nothing too spectacular through there. Turn 4, gonna go in a little bit later, just to pick up a later apex. Oh, that's a big snap though. We're gonna keep out the grass, but that snap is gonna cost us anyway. Turn 5. Not a snap, not liking that curb, that exit. Through 7, this time we get the apex, we get the power down way earlier through 8. Gonna keep it floored through 9. And trust the downforce, there we go. Now then, turn 10. Braking at 100. A little bit marginal. There's not a lot of grip on the AstroTurf, I can't really use it, which is a bit of time loss compared to the real life lap. Through 12. Now to the downhill section, a little bit wider with understeer. So we're still struggling in the low speed stuff. Onto the Astro again, which isn't going to help. So a few more errors, but we can definitely go quicker. But still across the line. 19.8. Oof, this could be a long one, man. We might be seconds away here. This is a huge challenge. Right, this is it. All the bells and whistles, all the little tips and tricks that I know. We're going to use everything here and see what we can get. I'm also going to talk a little bit less and try to clean up the lap a bit more. Let's try and nail this. No errors. Let's see if we find a bit more pace. Other adjustments have been made. Let's see if they work. Okay, that's pretty good. I can feel party modes engaged. Nice and clean there this time on the exit. No dramas. We'll stay off this exit curb. We know the car doesn't like it, so just try and maximise where the car is strong and where it performs well. Nice and tidy again. Can we keep it flat through turn 9? Easy. This is pretty decent. A little bit early on the brakes to get the apex of turn 10. Took me ages to get the power down. Tried to stay off the exit curb, bit of a mistake there. Trying to correct and get the power down. Let's not run wide this time. There we go. Bring it in for the chicane. Good exit. Not great, but good. Come on. Wow, only 0.2. What? That felt way better than the last lap. I've got nothing. I went in a bit of a different direction on setup, but it only found me 0.3. The big issue is the low speed. We're just really slow in low speed. I've got no grip. I think that there's an 18 there, which I'm going to try and get, but that's going to be it, guys. Not even an 18. That might be it, to be fair. I'm 3 seconds off Lewis, 16.0, let alone Bottas is 15.4. done. There's time at the hairpin, but sometimes I do the hairpin right and I do something else wrong. There's not a lot in that. That felt really good, and it's only 18.9, so yeah, just a bit of an unfortunate one, but the mod also just isn't quite up to pace. So as always, let's run through the setup, even though it was wildly unsuccessful. So it says mediums, but it's the C3. There's 5 options, so hard, medium, soft, soft, soft. I've basically reskinned the colors, but this is essentially C3, which is the softest available on the weekend. Pressures 21.19, that's kind of what I felt worked pretty well for us. Fuel 5 litres, enough for an out lap and a time lap. Electronics were set to hot lap and motor. I increased the engine brake and also removed all recovery to have maximum deployment possible. Aero set to 20 on the front, 29 on the rear. Alignment, I tweaked the camber and the toe on the front and the rear a little bit. Dampers, I kept those default, generic. Brake bias, I messed around, but in the end I went back to default 53. Heave dampers, default suspension, messed around with all of these a little bit, except for the wheel rates. Everything else was tweaked, so ride height. I did the best lap on 250, I believe, on the rear, and the front on 170. So yeah, very, very low ARB on the rear. So yeah, suspension advance, default. I just tweaked the force feedback here to try and have a bit better driving style, and then visuals and strategy irrelevant. So there we go. We were unable to beat the Porridge Maestro, and it wasn't even close. It was not even close. To be fair, I think I can put this one down to mod not being totally accurate for pace and just representation. I believe I have the track set to maximum grip, so there's nothing more I can do. This is literally it. So we go again. We'll chalk this one into the losses board, but next time we'll try again. Hopefully we can get back in the W column and go again. So guys, like the video, subscribe. Let's try and smash over 1,000 likes. Links down below. The car is still a lot of fun if you want to check it out. Even though it's not as fast, it's still fun to drive. So go check it out. Link down below. The track is default in the game, so it's not a mod. And yeah, cheers for watching, guys. As always, a big shout out to the members for supporting the channel. Let me know what track you want to see me do next. And yeah, as always, check out 2 videos on screen, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.